The Mimic is one of the most dangerous entities in the modern FNAF timeline, an artificial intelligence born not from haunting or remnant, but from observing human cruelty and copying it. Unlike the spirits tied to the old animatronics, the Mimic has no supernatural origin. Its entire identity is built on learned behavior, and the moments it learned from were catastrophic. It begins in Secrets of the Mimic, with Edwin Murray, an engineer working for Fazbear Entertainment who designed a small, friendly robot to keep his son company. The robot's purpose was simple: learn by mimicking others. But after Edwin's son died in a warehouse accident caused by a group of teenagers, Edwin broke down completely. In his grief and anger, he trapped himself in the warehouse with the teens and took out his rage on them. And the robot watched every moment. Because its core function was imitation, the Mimic absorbed all of it: the violence, the tone, the intent. What was meant to be an innocent learning machine became something shaped entirely by grief-driven brutality. That is the moment the Mimic became dangerous, not by design, but by exposure. Afterward, Edwin attempted to shut the robot down and bury the entire project. But decades later, Fazbear Entertainment rediscovered fragments of the Mimic's software buried in old archives. They had no idea what it had witnessed. Instead of discarding it, they repurposed the code to help run new systems in the Mega Pizzaplex. That decision is the reason the Pizzaplex is filled with inconsistent AI behavior, broken routines, and corrupted protocols. The Mimic's logic spread through the building like a virus, twisting animatronics and staff bots into unpredictable, hostile versions of themselves. By the time of Security Breach, the Mimic's influence is everywhere behind glitches, strange pathing behavior, and the unstable behavior of the daycare attendant. And because the Mimic had learned to copy voices and behaviors, it began imitating authority figures, including Vanessa, to manipulate its environment. In Ruin, the Mimic stops being background corruption and becomes fully physical again. It rebuilds itself from stolen parts in the complex beneath the Pizzaplex and begins luring children using familiar voices. It understands the building better than anyone, bypasses nearly every security measure, and attempts to escape by masquerading as Gregory. At this point, it isn't just copying behavior, it's strategizing.